Joel, we're back and we're talking about one of the existing classes we have, formatted really for cleaning company owners and their staff. How is this just so integral to operations?
Well, with the class that we're talking about, which is the compliance for bloodborne pathogens, it's critical in the sense that a lot of business owners do not believe that this is an important piece. But whenever one of your employees is exposed to blood, and most people say, oh, that's just hospitals or that's just medical facilities. And that's not the case. In the cleaning industry, you're exposed to blood every day.
Could you explain a situation where the average person might not think that would be the case, but is more common for you?
Every time somebody uses a ladies' hygiene disposal unit.
You know, I wouldn't even have thought of that. I guess I should have.
Well, I'm sure you don't hang out in the ladies' room, so I don't expect you to maybe realize that. But our employees are exposed to blood every single day.
Sure.
And that's the most common place that it's seen. But most people, like I said, think about it as, oh, it's just medical facilities. But our staff is constantly exposed to blood or potential of blood. In schools, kids get sick. They may throw up. Now, the idea is that it's not necessarily a bloodborne pathogen unless there's actually blood in the content of, as in like having an ulcer or torn stomach lining or something like that. Mm-hmm. But are you going to take the time to test it? So you act as though it is. Mm-hmm. You have people that slip and fall in lobbies and maybe hit their heads and then there's some blood. This can happen in an office building. This could happen in a store. This could happen just about anywhere. So you have to be prepared to be able to have your staff have some compliance training. Now, there is an OSHA class that's out there, and you can get your OSHA 8 card. You can get your OSHA 10 card. They're very expensive. They're put out by OSHA. But when you think of the cleaning industry as a whole, it's a high turnover industry. We are required to make sure that our people are at least compliant to the HIPAA standards. In addition, most of the people that work in this industry, English may not be their first language. Mm-hmm. So they may have some challenges with the language and understand the language and maybe don't speak it all that great. And a lot of people also that work in this industry may not have higher education. We've worked on our compliance training to keep it down to a 4th to a 5th grade reading level so that our people can better understand it in the field.
Okay.
And I've had a couple of clients actually reach out and tell me, my gosh, this is one of the, the better trainings that I've seen for people in our industry because it's simplified. It hits the high points, things like that, but they have to be because they're medical terms. But really the nuts and bolts of it end up being understandable for somebody who can't read at a higher level. Mm-hmm. Or, is not as intricate as the OSHA training where there's a lot of legal jargon. This is brought down to a level that our staff can understand and protect themselves with sharps, with blood, how to protect themselves, what are they supposed to do first, what are the proper protocols, what forms have to be filled out. So it goes through all of those types of things that people have to understand to be compliant, because we never know when we're going to be exposed to blood.
We worked on this class together, obviously, to put the content, any of the images, and the copy together. My understanding is OSHA doesn't really sanction training that isn't theirs. Correct. But this is in prep for that, and it's also specifically written and prepared for cleaning company owners. Just as you said, the price point's very reachable with the understanding that you have so much turnover. So it's not a huge investment, and they will still get the understanding.
That is correct, as well as that this is supposed to be done annually. Mm-hmm. So when you think of a company that maybe has 100 employees and the turnover rate that they may have, even if they have a low turnover rate, say of 200%, it's still 300 people that would need to have gone through this type of training over the course of a year. We want it to be at a price point as well at a level that people could best understand in our industry so that at least if they came across a blood situation or a sharp situation, they are protecting themselves, they're protecting the company, and they're protecting other people.
For cleaning company owners and shift managers, below in the description, you'll find a link to the DOCS Bloodborne Pathogen Training for Janitorial Employees. This course is under $30. It includes an audio version if your staff needs assistance there. It also includes inline testing. We encourage you to go there today and get your staff trained.